Hello, 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 and welcome. This is Julie, the Jewel Design, and we are here on this lovely Saturday morning doing a sort of new project. I'm sort of on this envelope ephemera creation kick. Can't help myself. Sorry about the dogs. Great. Hold on, guys. I'm going to pause you for a second. Okay, sorry. Somebody went by, the dogs went berserk, and you know, it's a weekday when I'm recording some of this stuff, so as much as I wish it was live Saturday morning, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, so I'm on this kick of creating, you know, envelope of folded ephemera holder thingies, and I've been dying to use some of this lovely paper, the linen paper that Creative Lefty, she does her thank you notes on. And there's a small section that has the thank you note on it, but the rest of it's a very yummy thing. So I've been dying to not like waste all of them. Some I have to throw away, and others I'm like, well, I got a couple, and they're ripped and they're torn and something to mess with. So we can cover up a little bit of what is her, and then, you know, utilize it in another way. And again, I'm going through a lot of my scraps, my mishaps, my leftover prints, things that I couldn't, you know, put together or use for you guys. So I figured we would do this one, and then Tuesday we'll go back to the, you know, journal cards, and maybe we'll fill this up on Thursday and just sort of get going before I leave. Little projects that are quick and easy to the point. So, like I said, this is already folded. It's super cute. I'm going to use the folds as the way to make to help with the pockets in two ways. And then, of course, we're going to cover up the letter inside in case I decide to sell this. Now, the only thing I'm debating on right now is whether or not I do have to cut this so I have the pocket to open. All right. I don't know if I'm keeping these upper flaps though. And this is the only thing I'm not sure about. I am only thinking about putting vellum over it, so it might be helpful to have that excess, but I'm also debating. So I'm going to cut it at a slight angle though too to help, even though I may glue a piece in the front just to help it open up a little bit so it's easier to use. Easier to make this pocket useful because it is up against a fold, right? You're not going to really see it, but it's going to be there. Okay, and then I feel like I need to cut more of this off. I just don't know whether to glue these down, so it's a little bit more, glue it down so it's a little hardier, because I'm not, right now I don't have a cover on this. I'm just going to cover the outside. So I might just cut those off and not use them. So we just have a nice clean top. I just don't know how light those are going to be. So we're going to work it and see if we need to keep those in place to make it useful. But I didn't really want to see the flap, right? I don't want to see the flaps per se, and that's my only worry. The outside I was just going to lightly cover so the Creative Lefty wasn't so obvious. Which, oh, it reads up right on the inside. How funny is that? Well, I was going to cover it in one way. Sorry, guys, I'm thinking, and that's bad. You know how that goes. All right, you know what? Nope, we're going to do this. So we are just technically, you know, reusing scraps. We are using what's available to us. I'm not anything specific, not a specific kit or anything. We're just going for it. But it's really yummy paper, and I was just like, well, I hate to throw it away. It's a nice linen. So who wants to do, you know, waste that? And if we can cover it up, I mean, if we're going to take junk mail and cover it up, why not take a good piece of paper? Now this pocket, I might make a little shorter, which I hate to do because, not easy to do because I don't want to lose that sort of ripped version, but I definitely don't need, sorry guys, I'm looking for my proper folders here. Let's see if we can tear that a little bit, haha, right? And try and make it a little shorter so it doesn't fold up so close to the new pocket. It rips, well, somewhat beautifully. That's all right. I love that piece though. Okay. That's fine because, again, we're going to, I could actually do it to both. We're going to cover the inside to make it a, they sort of need it, though, but oh well. Well, we'll match it. We'll just match it. It's fine. All right. Something like that. Okay, so, made it a little shorter so that this pocket isn't so right underneath the other one. And we are going to, let's see, we're going to start with the inside. Let's get the inside covered. I think we'll use this as the inside. We're going to use this to cover our pockets, which you won't see the gold. It's just on the inside to sort of cover it up. I got vellum for the flap here, right? So the outside flap, I'm doing a gold. The inside I didn't really want to cover all of it, but that is her seal, and I don't want to get confused to someone else, it being somebody else. I just want to cover up parts of it, but I feel like I have to cover all of it. So here, let's see, what are we going to do? What to do. So I hope you're all doing very well. Hope you're all very healthy and enjoying the summer. Like I said, we did hit 96 as a high this week. But I'm watching the weather for, you know, where we're going, and it is going to be, you know, maybe 73 in some spots, and they're looking at a lot of high humidity, and we're looking at, I'm going to keep to the ripped look, even if I don't go all the way up, we don't, you know, in that sense. We're looking at high humidities, we're looking at, possible rain, like it is actually going to potentially have 50% chance of rain in London the day before we arrive. But it is going to stop in the evening, on that Sunday evening. So we show up, of course, Monday morning. So we might get lucky. So it may be humid. It definitely might be humid. So we're going to not go perfectly up and down. We are going to leave it a little bit of an edge on the inside. And since this is just a flap and this is a pocket, but it's going to be well glued down, we should be okay. Now, the only thing I have to deal with is the inside. So we're just going to do this nice ripped, torn feel everywhere so that we have a nice... love. But yeah, so I'm watching the weather everywhere, and hard part is that, like, when we get into the second week, I really won't know that weather until, like, we're on top of it, and we just have to pray that the clothes that we have are going to survive, and that we're not using the same. I'm really worried that we're thinking summer, and though it's humid, it's not going to be that warm. I mean, 70 to us isn't that warm, though we're not used to the humidity, and I did tear that a little too. Oh, I don't want to see. Well, we're going to have that. Oh, that's going to be flipped that way. So, yeah, no, I guess it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little worried that, you know, our clothes are not going to be right. That we're going to either freeze or, I don't know. Not freeze, but that's the thing. If it's a high humidity, but only 70, I'm assuming that definitely changes, you know. We did that the day before I started getting warm here. It was cloudy. Like, oh, cloudy and maybe 74. But it was humid out. And it was like, oh, it might as well be 80. Never mind, you know. So, I don't know. I'm a little worried. Let's see. I do have a little bit of a blue tint to this project, but we do have a lot of golds and whites. It was just paper I had that I knew would be thick enough or busy enough to, that I am inking everything just in case something shows. Just to cover up, you know, the text that I don't want or need. Now, I don't have anything on the back side of this one, and I guess I'm going to have to look into something, because I've got the inside to cover up the writing. I've got the front flap. But what I don't have is the back, which you still see some writing. So I might have to do some collage, maybe a decorative collage on the back side of this envelope. Or we do it in a way where it is meant to be, maybe we lay it down and you glue it down. Maybe we'll do it that way. We'll design it as something that you would actually glue down to the page. And it would just open up and you could put stuff in and out. So maybe we'll do it that way. It won't be something that you would leave standalone. It is small enough to totally be glued to a page. I don't think it's too wide. Let's see. I'm upside down too. Let's see. Dogs are out again. I guess I can't win. It is. Ooh, no, it's wide. Shoot. It's 5 3/8 wide. Unless it's something that you could glue down, open the flap, and you would pull out journal cards out of both ends. So sideways it'd be good on a page. So I may be putting this in a journal. Maybe I'm putting it in the journal, or if you see it as something that you feel would work within, you know, sideways within your journal in the same respect as I'm designing it, it might work. Now, if I thought about that, I'd be like, oh, I should have done this differently. But it's all right. I'm just trying to make, not generic, but generic. Just everyday bits of ephemera with what I have, and when it's ready and it's meant to be, it's either going to be given to somebody, or it's going to be, you know, what's the word? Placed into something. Wow, lack of words today. Not good. Okay, so we need these out. We need the flaps out because I do have a purpose for those flaps. And we're going to start with our usual ordeal. Make sure I'm not off the camera. I'm going to do that again. Probably easier to do this where I think I need it. And then sort of backwards, but I feel like sometimes it's easier to, put the glue on here where I know I need it, and then just add where I don't, I guess. Or not where I don't, but like add where I missed. But yes, everybody's now officially graduated in our town. If you've whether you're promoting from kinder to first or 8th to high school, or now you're done with high school, the school has officially had everybody graduate, which is great. I've got one graduation party to go to tomorrow for a friend. They decided after 2 back-to-back graduations that they would celebrate, give themselves a day to breathe and get ready and then celebrate with everybody. I was like, oh, that's a smart idea. I'm like, makes me think, because I'm like, my girls will have like a Wednesday night and then a Friday morning. A friend of mine had a Thursday night and a Friday morning graduation. And I'm like, yeah, that's a lot. I'm like, yeah, that's a little much. All right, so we're doing that. Film on the outside, but we're going to do these blue pockets on the inside. So yeah, I don't feel for her. I mean, I feel for her. No, I don't. I feel for her. Now, there is, oh my gosh, I wanted to not use the inside part. This is almost not big enough. I thought it would be. Well, plan B's, people. I really didn't want it to sit inside, but I guess I could. So yeah, I thought this was wide enough. I didn't even catch that. I really thought maybe I could just use the inner blue side. Sorry. And we're going to use the whole thing. I'm just going to cut it somewhat in half. So it is continuous, but it isn't, right? Because I had a mishap. The ink was starting to go, and this one is more put together than the other one. And so that is, see, you would have to see, almost top to bottom, but I was going to, put it here, even though I know it's upside down when it's open, but if you want to have it on the side, it'd be fine, because you're going to have a pocket on this side and a pocket on this side, but it'd be glued down. Everything will be glued down in the middle. But it comes up short. I mean, it barely covers the idea of a pocket. I did want it over a little bit more. Well, bummer. Okay, well, that's not going to work. Oh, best laid plans, people. All right, I'm going to have to pause you for a moment, because I'm going to have to go find a piece of paper. Because now, with being gold, I may be changing the whole dynamic and direction of this puppy, because, what am I looking at? Oh, those are envelopes. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to wait a moment, because I'm going to have to find something new. Something's going to look pretty with the gold. That, you know what? I bet you I have some purple papers. I wonder if I should make this for one of our first pieces that goes in my purple tab journal. Remember, we're going to do a tab idea journal. And so I haven't really worked. I mean, worked on the cover. We worked on the tabs. But I haven't done my first page of any sort. I have some cream flowers, which is fine. They go with purple. I have, plenty of other things. There's the tabs. I wonder where those had gone. I thought maybe I was going to need some of my tickets for my other kit, but I didn't ever go that far. I was just curious. I don't think I have anything really purple in here. But, okay, well, I need to take a moment, and I need to go find paper and then come back and reassess this project. Because apparently, but now that I know for sure that I'm going to be making it for something that can go in, I have some pretty purple stuff. I have some old school. I now could make a little bit more decisive decisions here. And actually, like, we could do some fun purple and cream stuff, and we could decorate it up even. Don't know what the inside journal will be, but at least I could have it to where it's a piece that as I go along and I need to make, I decide to make journal cards or something for my tag, I will have a pocket ready to go. Okay, well, we are getting somewhere. That does make me happy. I even have butterflies to go with that if I wanted. I have 2 sizes. I have my wisteria purple butterflies. Okay, so we have some ephemera. That's not the problem. Or some fuzzy cuts to decorate with. I have the white. I have all that. I don't have, though, the official, major pieces to make my pockets right now. So, yes, let me pause. Let me go find some paperwork. I think I have some downstairs, huh? Ha. And we'll decorate this. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm back. Have a plan of attack, a game plan. Not quite what I was expecting. I thought I had a whole purple kit of papers pulled. I don't know if I used them for something else. I did find some purple and green. It looks nice with the gold. So we're just going to sort of makeshift it. It's going to be a little, what's the word? A little eclectic. But it's just one of those fun things that I get to add to my journal and, you know, add to the new journal that if you've been watching me, it's been a while, but we made this gift bag journal cover. We used the gift bag and a little bit of cardstock, and we put a bunch of tissue and purples Mod Podge to the backside, so it made it a little, you know, more stout. I loved it because it had the glitter. I glued on a little name tag that I can, you know, at one point slip in or glue in a word for the cover. Inspire, right? Inspiration. This is going to be one of my idea books, and so what we'll do is, as we go along, I have purple fabric that we will tab in each page. So we'll tab in the 3, and then you tab in the 2, and I just work my way until I finally feel like, okay, I've got enough, and then I have the back ready to go, which I even put a little lace on the back, you know, to sort of cover up any dots and fun things like that. So it was a fun little project, but it is getting, you know, I probably need to put it between 2 books here. At this point, it's getting a little rough. But as we start using it, I think it's going to get, you know, better and better. So this was something way back when, and it's probably good over a year, easily. And I just haven't got to it. So I guess we'll make our first piece that potentially will go on I'll find a piece of paper, something I love, and we'll glue it on, you know, and we'll make our first tabbed page into this. So there we go. Who knew? That wasn't what I was expecting, but hey, we are going to make it work. So we want to use this as best we can. We don't want to waste the paper. It is cardstock, so it'll be a little thicker, which is beautiful. We can rip it a little bit, at least across the top, so that we are, a long strip of it probably. So I'm looking to see how much I'm going to need. I need this times 2, so, but I do need, I think we need to rip up the side here. And then, 4 of them, right? I want it just inside. Oh, yes, okay. Oh my goodness. So then again, I was trying to decide, well, how do I want to decorate it? Pull those pieces out. It's like, well, how can I make that work? And we're going to go right to the edge of those flowers the best we can, because I'm going to have to tear the other side. Well, I don't have to tear the other, well, yeah, I'm going to have to tear the other side if I want it to be uniform, I guess. So let's try to eyeball that and see if I can do this. It is somewhat cardstock, which sometimes should make it easier because it's thicker, but not always. All right, another strip, yay. You know me, I'm like, oh, strips. All right, not much to tear on this end. This is sort of the hard part, but we're gonna try to see if we can get that excess white up to the flowers off, maybe. That's the hard part. You go to tear on it, and I'm probably out of camera on this part, but I'm trying to, it moves no matter what I do. I can't. Such little bits, it's so hard to tear off, but I don't do well, like, by hand. So I don't do well either way, I guess, but you try to push down, okay, that's gonna have to work. Ugh, the best I can. That's sort of pretty, though. I love little torn scraps. It's like my kryptonite, because I like to, add them, and I may actually pull from the inside out, the inside to that front. Yeah, well, we're gonna utilize that. Okay, finding ways to start doing this. Okay. So, well, not that, but we're not using that side. That's the funny part. I am not using that tone because it is a little more pink than, it's still short, but see, I ended up still short. Oh, jeez. Okay, the matte, where it blends, I'm almost tempted right now to fold that, guys. Glue it down the middle and fold it right there. Instead of making 2 separate pockets, I'm wondering if it'd be more beneficial to just fold it, right? Score it where it needs to go and fold it down, and that way I'm just gluing up the sides and down the middle. Like, stick it in, glue it, and then let it set, because it seems like it's going to get bulky here and hard to close if I don't glue them down right, and then we're going to see stuff, and that doesn't make me happy at all to do that. So we're going to still keep them short, huh? After all of that work, I ended up with it short anyway. Well, isn't that just funny? Sort of. I guess it's meant to be. No matter what we do, we're going to do it. But we are going to then, I am going to then just try and we're going to make the best of it. Oh, well. Change of plans and still end up where you were before, and yeah. All right, not really even because I don't tear even, so we're gonna have to just sort of eyeball when we put it back in where our fold is. I need the other ruler. I need my straight ruler. Where is it? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Like a straight ruler would be nice. Not that this is straight, but let's figure out where this is. It is going to make it thick in the middle just because we are doing multiple layers. And let's make sure I'm back in camera. Bet you 10 to 1. Here we go again. That'll help on both ends, I think, because we just sort of went through that too. Okay, so the fun thing is when you do look inside, if you happen to pull stuff out, I will see some purple, but it's not like the showboat of it all, which is fine with me. So we're going to go over here and we're going to rip off this top. There we go. When we fold it though, I did notice it does come up quite a bit, which is okay in the basic sense because it is, you know, the back pocket, but I didn't want, I always make a large, I'll make a large hole, large thumb notch on that end. Let's make a large thumb notch now, because you know me, I always forget, and then I try to do it after the fact, and I always pop something loose and all that jazz. So let's make a nice thumb notch here, so it's easy to get it out, but we don't have to be as big on the other side. So very much on the fly, here we go, something weird project. But it's a project. It is Saturday, it's scraps, it's leftovers, it's, you know, making the most of what we've got. I have not inked this at all. I don't think we want to do the blue. I probably have a green somewhere, but we're going to keep it to the vintage photo because we do have we do have the gold accents, so gold and cream accents, we'll just keep it to the vintage feel. Yep. Oh my goodness. So yeah, graduations are all done. Parties are still to go. House to clean, things to pack. We're less than, or just a little over a week away from leaving, so new stuff in the shop every couple of days because I keep trying to do that on top of everything else. Probably for some stuff so when we get back, some Christmas in July, wintry goodies to get a little hint of that coming up, so I'm stoked. See how that goes and see what else we come across that will be beneficial to have in the shop. So that is what I'm hoping for. Now, yeah, no, we want to go across because we really don't want whatever we put in here to come out or come loose. And we're not going down the flaps because that's sort of our gusset to our pockets, right? So we want that to be in place so that it's going to help us open up and put something a little thicker in there for ephemera, just like we did with the blue. What we're doing with the blue one, where we are utilizing the folds in the bag to there we go. I'll make sure it opens enough. It doesn't have to be perfect because when it's on flat on the page, this happens to stay open. It's fine for a moment because we want to be able to pull stuff out, and then we will definitely do another similar tie or some kind of tuck to keep it closed. So I'm not too worried about if this pops open and if it's in a little tight in the paper. You know how that goes. Things either fold up funny and wrinkle, or they tear if we have the paper too tight, I guess, by not cutting it into panels. So alright, so the only downside is this does come up and we have nothing to glue it to. So I'm almost tempted to, well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If it bugs me, I may have to notch it out, and we're going to have a very different pocket. But we'll see. I think as long as the flaps are attached to it, we can get away with it. So I'm going to even corner them this way, make it very interesting, but we'll see. I will play by ear because it is mine. I can do whatever I want with it. Make sure nothing is sticking. Ooh, but I like it. I mean, I love the side pocket book effect, so I think we're good there. And we are going to now decorate the top. I know what inside is just going to be. I think we're going to utilize one of the cream flowers with a butterfly on both sides, so that it just has a nice simple. I think we should go big on big, maybe big with big. And let's go the other way because this has less. This has less. Anyway, we're going to do something like this on both sides, whether put a little lace or something, just to do a very similar decor on the inside. Pretty easy on that end. Nothing too extravagant. Is what's inside it, you know, maybe what we really want to showcase when we pull it out. We want to be able to enjoy, you know, what that is. So on this end, yeah, I'm like, oof. Let's see if we can clip that shut for a moment so it makes my life a little easier. Haha. There we go. All right. I found this, you know, looks like something I was messing with, playing with, who knows what. And I wanted to rip it all the way around the 3 corners, or all 4 sides, put it down, and then put the gold on top of it, so it wasn't just gold by itself. Seemed a little plain, especially when I don't think I'm decorating much. I mean, the edge of this, but again, it's, you know, going to be white, I think, on that end, but I need to cover some, so I think we're going to do it this way. We're just going to keep to our uneven, silly tear, rip, and glue effect. Hope you're all working on a lovely project, something fun this summer, whether it's to, maybe you've already been on a little mini vacation for your summer break, and you know, so you're working on some, a little, you know, memory keeping journal, or, you know, maybe you're about to go on vacation, you know, very much like myself, where you are, you know, you need something to keep those memories. So hopefully you're working on maybe a journal for that. I know that I have I'm cheating, you know, I may put ephemera in it, but I definitely already have, you know, I have a journal, a book that I got that I will journal in, and I'll add photos and, you know, notes, and, I'm definitely going to be doing it a little bit differently. I won't be making a journal from scratch. I will be probably decorating up what's already there and just making the most of it, because I don't have time to make a journal. I just don't. Oh my gosh. I'm like, nope, not even close. I didn't really want to start another large project before I left, that's for sure, and I didn't think about it ahead of time to do, you know, make myself some kind of travel journal. So instead, I'm just going to, found a cute little journal at Barnes & Noble that has, like, every day you travel, what you can write, like, how far you traveled and where you went, and, like, what you did, and, but there's going to be some, like, note pages that I'm like, well, those pages I could come home and, you know, decorate, I mean, rewrite the notes, if I do it in pencil, you know, on a piece of paper, and, you know, or on cards, and then, you know, decorate the page up and put the cards in that, back in that on that page. So we'll probably get crafty with it after the fact. Well, after the fact, I'll have some fun with it, and we'll see what comes of it, and that might be fun to sort of do a different type of journaling, where I'm combining, like, Happy Planner, and, there are daily journalers out there that do a lot of collage work for their daily. Not so much writing; they just sort of collage up a page a day, with all kinds of lovely scraps and you know, and whatnot. And so it's going to be definitely an interesting combination, but I think it'll be nice. So we've got some rips there, so it doesn't look so straight ahead. It is almost what I need it to be. Again, we're just going to sort of layer on top of layers, so it's okay. I'm going to take that off the top. And now vellum and cutting, I do not know. This may need to be done via the decal. No, actually, that worked really well. Holy moly. Holy moly, Batman. Okay. I don't know about Batman, but yeah. Let's see. And I just need to take a little bit off each side, but I do need to find a spot here to stop if I get it where I want it. But that worked really well. Sometimes it's all about the right size of paper. The right size on your paper that just makes all the difference. I hate to do anything on this one end, but I don't need all of that. So I happen to have a white edge here, so it's all about the placement of the, oops, now, okay, yeah, smaller, a little harder. There we go. I just need a little bit off this edge. Oh, I don't really want to take off too much of the circles, but that actually worked really well. Who knew? Nice. This is the vellum pages that I provide for you guys in the, yeah, it came up short. That's okay. In the page topper kits that I provide at the store, some with bags, some without, we, making sure I did not, yeah, okay. It's the same material, and they've been a great, they're just a great weight. So, yes, there is a top and bottom. Okay, so I'm going to use fabric tack, though, on this end. I don't really like how the glue looks when I use glitter glue behind vellum. It sort of bugs me. I think, because we can sort of see it, where it doesn't really dry as clear as I would like, and you can sort of tell where the glitter glue was. So I've been like, okay, well, if I'm going to glue anything onto vellum, or vellum down to anything, I've been trying to use this, and it's a little less obvious, because glitter glue isn't, it's white, and so it's sort of seeable. So I'm going to move this over a little bit, plus a little bit more room to maneuver, and I didn't get glue, so I did not get enough glue over because I went too far over with the glitter, or the glue. Alright. And I didn't ink. I didn't ink. I got excited. I did not ink the vellum. I should have. It would have been a nice layer. Oops. Oh well. Oh well. And I didn't glue in the middle, so it does have a little bit of a shadow. A little bit of a, what do you want to call it? But somehow I got enough glue over here. I don't know how, but I'm going to do it again. Just be on the safe side. Because you also can sort of squeegee it out, the edges, and so you really don't see it as easily. Alright, so there's a little bit of a top. Which, if I want to put a word or something on it later, I can. Some things will probably be decorated a little bit later when I'm actually working on, putting it in whatever page or on a page that I'm working on in that tab. Then I may, add a little extra a little oomph to it later. So then I was thinking of doing, it's a little weird to have excess, but I want book page, and we'll do the green, and we'll get a little bit of an edge that you're going to see when this is closed. You can tell it's being decorated, but we're not going to go too crazy all the way in. Let's see, we can always trim off the edges, but we'll do enough to where then I can put this over the edge. So we're going to glue to glue, so I'll bring it in a little bit, glue that on the edge, and then we'll do our 3 pieces of ephemera here. I know 2 vertical and a circle, but that's okay. Probably do another circle. I could add, it's a very different green though, but it would tie this in over, because this is much more of a tealy, sage green, not teal, but sagey green, which, yeah, I'm sort of struggling with that. We have 2 different greens going on in some things, but that's okay. We'll tie it all together one way or another. So let's do a little bit of a distress here, and I can distress the edges once it's glued down to go where there we go. Okay, so, but yeah, hopefully if you guys got some travel plans this summer, that you get a chance to make your journal, so you can journal in it while you're on your trip, or it's ready for you when you get home to do, put all your notes in there. But if it's a daily thing, yeah, you're sort of going to want it with you. My daughter did want a journal on her to make notes every day to to remember what was going on. But I found a travel one that, has lines and days, and I'm like, well, that works too, because I can date it, and I can say, well, we, traveled from here to here, or we ran around London, we ran around the city today, or the big thing is how many steps we're actually going to take. It's very much a walking tour, so much walking. So tracking like how many steps, I walked today, which means my daughter, probably had a similar amount. She's a little longer in the legs than me, but not much. I think they both have a longer torso than me. I think they're 2 inches of height above me right now, has to do with her torso. A little bit of legs. But yeah, it's sort of funny. So I was like, okay. But yeah, we definitely have walking, lots and lots of walking. So I don't know if that fits. I could tuck it under. So now I'm changing up what I'm doing. Oh no. So these are pieces, these little pieces, actually, some of them are from the first kit I ever made in purples and greens, and it was an ode to my grandmother who had passed a couple years prior, and she was always a big supporter of my graphics and what I wanted to do. And then something like that. I'm liking that a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna get some ink on things. So my first one I ever made was very much more for me, and it started out with me, and then a little bit you guys got that first purple kit that I ever made in the digital shop, and it's still there. It's one of my first ones. So it's pretty expensive because it's sort of that anniversary, oldest kit type thing. So that's sort of cool. And then I moved on from there, right? I did another kit that, got nicked due to a copyright, which was sort of weird. 50 Shades. Yeah. I don't know if you're avid readers of anything and everything. Yeah. I read the 50 Shades, and I sort of thought about it when I went 50 Shades of Purple, because I think I had seen another designer, though, mention 50 Shades of Color, like 50 Shades of Purple, because it was or 50 Shades of Color or something like that, and so I just didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, well, whatever. And I'm like, well, it's 50 Shades of Purple, because it was pictures of a bunch of purple flowers and my graphics. And, you know, I used a wide variety of purples. I try to think I keep it in the purple tint, but I got some bluish purple and some, you know, indigo and stuff like that in it. Yeah, no, it took a while, but all of a sudden, I don't know, I came up on someone's radar, and the UK marketing group asked Etsy to take down the listing because it was infringing on copyright. And I was like, excuse me? Though I found 50 Shades of Purple and 50, you know, items of 50 Shades still up on the internet. So I was like, well, wait a minute. And some of that stuff, I mean, I can see our digitals have nothing to do with the book or the movie for that matter. But they were still products out there that were very much utilizing and, you know, banking off the, you know, the byline. Now, looking at this, we definitely have, here we go. I've got 3 shades of purple. I'm all 3 shades of purple going on. I've got a very pink, purple, and a very blue. You know, we've got purple, we've got, I don't know, magenta, I guess we're heading on. Magenta to bright purple, and we've got more indigo going on here. So we are utilizing it. So I'm probably going to want definitely something here to maybe help tie these all together. I do have a label from before, but I think it's from the actual kit. When I end up with, it has, you know, that you guys can't get a hold of anymore. Though I did do a French and purple kit to help replace the 50 Shades, with newer photos and all that jazz. So, this one might be able to be used where I can do something here. I'll have to look to see what else I have in my leftovers to sort of tie one of these purples over here, or more green or something. We're going to have to balance this one out later down the line, but that's okay as we get going. So now we have our pocket to put our ephemera in. So I'll have to, you know, I want to get a moment to I need to make some, what do they want to call it? You know, I'm making some mass make ephemera for you guys. I'll have to make some purple stuff, which is the whole point, that something that I like doing, and put it in here. And then, you know, and then I can, you know, put it down there. I have other made ephemera, actually, that either I've made or people have made for me in Happy Mail. So if I really like the idea or the shape of it, it's, again, part of my inspiration in my idea book. So it'll go in, you know, in that same book. So that's always good. But that's it, nice and easy. I just took a lovely piece of paper as my base. It was a little thicker. Used some scrapbook paper. That's what this is. This is scrapbook paper. This is, you know, not a misprint, but it was a piece of paper for decor. I've used a mixed media, I don't know, I was doing something with stamps and I don't know what. Goofing around with that and laid it over with vellum. We got a little book page, scraps, little mini embellishments to cluster. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do some fussy cuts here. And, you know, we have, and we're going to glue it down here so it doesn't really matter that you can see the letter. But I have this yummy, you know, textured linen paper as my base, and I'm, you know, in love with it, and it's nice and stout, and it's, you know, sturdy, and I can put a nice piece of a, you know, ephemera journal card in both pockets, knowing that the pocket is going to hold out. And that is always the biggest thing, right? It's really a bummer when your journal cards or tags are definitely more sturdier and more stout than the pocket it goes in, and you're like, oh, that pocket can't hold it, can't withstand what it's doing. So, if you want to give me a moment, I will go cut these out and then come right back. We'll glue them on, and then I'll let you guys go for, you know, on this lovely Saturday. Thank you for watching me in the morning. And, yeah, give me 1 second. We'll get right back to it. Okay, so I used my beige easy cut around these guys because, oh my gosh, it'd be so hard otherwise. Now, these two come from one of my botanical kits. I couldn't tell you which one right now to save my life. I made a sheet, you know, I usually make a sheet of florals or girls or ladies or something that are in that are part of the kits, you know, pages that I've made. I usually try to give you guys a page of clusters or whatever I may have used, or if, you know, the item is free to do so, then I will, you know, give you guys the direct fussy cut or whatever aspect of it that I used. So I don't know, that's a lot smaller one. So I think we're going to go bigger butterfly with a little guy. We're going to go little with a big. because right now this is about the right size and I'm okay with it. But this is definitely small, and so I'm wondering, I either put it here, which, you know, dwarfs a little bit, and I add a little something to this one, or maybe we need to go get a lace. I'm not going to put anything else in the middle here. Maybe do a little bit of a lace on this aspect here to help enlarge this, or put something behind it. It is definitely dwarfing the whole ordeal. I thought it'd be easy, but yeah, that's what sort of happens. You cut off all the excess, and then you're like, oh, well, that's really not what I want. I'm just going to glue a little bit of that down. Not too much. I may want a little bit of play on my butterfly on both ends. I mean, what we might do is glue this end down, but let this stick up a little bit. So it's a little bit of a 3D. I think I'm going to leave this one alone. I keep saying that, and I know the moment I glue it down, I will kick myself because I will see something I didn't see before. And that's usually how that works. Let's see if I can use something different than I haven't been using. Right? Oh, that one's too big. I know I need an edge. Somewhat of an edge piece. And every time I take you guys off pause, I'm like, oh, I need to find something else. Right? Why not? Light, edgy. Let's see. It's something I can stretch out or bunch up as much or as little as I want. Nope, not that one. Not that direction. There we go. What if... sort of like a netting, and I could almost go across the whole thing, because it really wouldn't make a huge deal. If I can get it to stay down. But I don't know if it's really enough. It would go across, it would connect the two. I hope I can get these to interlap petal. There we go. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's... see, and I already glued those two together. See, I'm already regretting it. Do I make it more... see, I really didn't want to make them separate. I like the look of the two together. You know, I do like that. It's just these two aren't working for me. Maybe I have to think of something else. I got one done, but I don't have the other side. And this isn't really... it's not doing it for me. Too meshy. Or too like a net. Well, you know, like a butterfly net. A little too much like that. I have more greens, but that's just more of the same green. So what if... oh, I have paper. Oof, I'm getting caught on everything. Oh, I pulled that out. I didn't even go for it, huh? I think this was the other, because my original side was using more blue, and so the blue and white paper, so I was thinking this. Let's not add pink and other colors to it. Oh my goodness, let's not get that far-fetched. Let's not get too far out. A little bit, but even that little bit isn't going to make a huge deal. Unless I use just a few pieces of... see, we have this up here. So even if what if I use those 3 just to make it a little bit bigger? We could do the 3, or the 2 to 3, and the flower, and sort of find a way to give it a little bit more... oh, a little bit more oomph if I went this way with it, maybe. Right? From edge to edge. And just give it more of a bottom border. No one says let's go to the top, right? Do it that way. Leave her here and leave that there. I have a thought. Alright. Sometimes you just have to roll with it. And I'm off the camera. Sorry, guys. There we go. Like I said, I'm loving this. If you see me, I'm just sort of oohing it. And when I'm realizing now there's so many pieces that can be cut out of this to be used, I'm just in love with it. Okay, so what if, and I flip it around upside down so it's, you know, on the edge, and we have her tucked, and we have the butterfly, and we just sort of create a little scene here. Even if I tuck I'm gonna tuck it in a little bit, and do here, do something like that. I wish I could keep it down and still move my fingers out of the way. And then they're just up here. I feel like now we're creating a scenic feel, not two middle sections. I wanted just both middle of these guys sort of decorated. What if it's more like that? I can cut that bottom piece off. Maybe I can tie it in over there because I don't like that edge. I can see the flat edge and it's bugging me. I'm gonna keep cutting this thing. It's like you keep cutting the hedge. You keep cutting and cutting and cutting, and pretty soon you have nothing left. What if it's a little bit more like this? Yeah, we can create some height by doing some overlapping and do it more like that. And then this little bit, now that it's not so, I can hide the flat piece into something and bring it into the other piece. Like I can tuck it in under whatever as an edge. So it sort of brings it over, but it's not as big. Flower's bigger, a little bit of lace. Little flower, bigger piece of lace or applique. We're going to do this, guys. I'm not going to keep hemming and hawing over it. You know me. I mean, you know me, you don't know me. I do this a lot. Irritating. I'm afraid to make a commitment. But, you know. I've made choices in my life, and some I regret, and some I don't, and some I just have to live with, and it looked like I accidentally glued it down, so maybe I'm just going for it. We are going for it now, people. I'm sticking to the glitter glue because or the Fabri-Tac at the moment because I do have to get these guys down. So, and you moved. How wooed. Shoot. All right. So whatever I don't like or see, I have my eraser to help remove that part. Let's just put the glue down and get you back where you're supposed to be. Get our bee back where we be. No bees. We're just gonna run with it. Wherever it lands, we're gonna run with it. It's mine. It's not like I'm trying to sell it, but I'm still so indecisive for my own stuff. Because you never know. I mean, it is mine, and I always think, oh, I'm gonna find something better, or what about this look, or I shouldn't have done that look, and that's working. It's working for me. At least I feel a little bit more balanced. Set of 3, jazz like that. But let's see if we can get this one tucked in this corner. I think I sort of liked it, so we're just gonna run with it. We're gonna sort of do it right about here as much as I can. So it's on that corner, and we're going to make it at an angle. All right, well, there we go. We have put together another ephemera pocket, little envelope type ephemera pocket, using scrap paper and fussy cuts and misprints and piece of, in this case it was a thank you letter instead of, say, packaging or whatever, and thought we'd just cover it up, use the basics because we like the feel and the sound of the basic paper, so we're not wasting it. She uses, she spends money on that linen for those thank yous, so I'm gonna put them to good use. And I have 2 or 3 others, so if I like this, or it becomes a really great Happy Mail thing. You do the same thing, cover them up, have the 2 pockets, and then put little notes and goodies in them as Happy Mail. So there we go. I do have a new pin pal, so that's awesome. So I'll have to find out what some of her favorite colors are, and I will have to make her one. There we go. My next one, I can back to my trip. You'll have something fun left over from the trip, or pictures or something, and I can share the trip and share some colors and goodies. But there is my first idea for my first book. But there we go. So now I just have to make some journal cards. Next time we do a mass mail of some sort, I will put some journal cards in it, and we have this lovely soft purpley green on the inside. We got some more blue, purple green. So yeah, I definitely have to bring a little something here, and we'll just glue it down. And when it glues down, I can put string out both ends, tie it in the middle, and then you just untie it right on the page, and it's good to go. So I'll make a note that I need to put a tie behind it before I glue it down, and it'll be all good, ladies and gentlemen. And it's the first thing that will have to end up on one of my favorite papers from one of my kits, and I'll have to glue it down, and we'll have to tab it in as one of our first ideas. Yay! Right? Who knew? All good. Thank you so much for joining me on this lovely Saturday morning. We will be back on Tuesday working on some layered lace journal cards inspired by Lorette Chandler at Vintage Paper Girls. She did these a couple of weeks back. I will find that video too to link it so you can watch both of us. But yeah, she did some gorgeous lace journal cards that I think I'm going to try to mimic so that we can put them on and in this lovely piece. See, here it is all finished. Get it all glued down. It has its pockets, right? We have our 3 pockets here. I already put 2 cards back here to remind me of what or 1 card to remind me what I'm going to do. It is pretty stout. It's pretty thick, so we're really going to have to be careful about what we put in the back because there's not a lot of room to maneuver. But again, you can hear all that yumminess because we are using a lunch bag. So that was on Thursday. So come watch and see how I got this created, and we will work on the journal cards come Tuesday. So love you all very much. Thank you so much for liking, loving, commenting, subscribing, of course. That is the biggest thing to keep me up anywhere where I can not get lost in your subscriptions with all your subscribers. And I really appreciate the follow and the love. And we will all talk to you guys, I believe, come Tuesday. I need a few days to get some stuff done. And then we will move on to the next thing. So I love you all very much. Thank you very, very, very much. And we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.